Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside Jeremy Jeffcoat. We'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments. Also up on the Sports Blitz Facebook page, that's Sports with a Z, and comment away. We would love to interact with you any way we can. You can give us a call, 256-234-6221, or you can, like I said, dial us up on the Facebook and comment away, and we'll get to as many of those as we can. Obviously, we've been talking a lot about the College World Series, which will kick off on Friday. Auburn will play Saturday night, 6 o'clock, play the Ole Miss Rebels. So 4 teams from the SEC West in the College World Series, half the field, and 2 soon-to-be members of the SEC, Oklahoma and Texas.
Yeah.
So a very, very familiar bunch here out in Omaha. Should be a lot of fun. Been some upsets, so you got 4 seeded teams, you got 4 unseeded teams. So it's kind of anybody's series. It should be a lot of fun, but we've been talking about that quite a bit. We'll turn our attention to a little bit, have a little fun today, do a little better or worse.
Yeah.
Better or worse in 2022. JJ, you can go ahead and get that in your frame of mind. Are they going to be better or worse?
I think I'm there.
Okay. We also do a little Braves segment on Wednesday, and my goodness, if you can't do a Braves segment right now and enjoy it, it's never going to happen. 13 straight
think
wins.
about the second half of the season and how exciting that could be if the Mets and the Braves stay as hot as they are, because that could be a really fun stretch.
Question.
You know,
like the old days back in the 90s. I mean,
yeah.
You know, the Mets, when they were really good and they had some good teams with Mike Piazza.
Longest winning streak in the modern history of the Braves. Do you know it?
14, 15?
It was 1999. Chipper's MVP year.
Right.
They won 15 in a row.
Wow.
They currently have won 13 in a row.
I was wondering that. I was questioning.
Franchise history, it's 17.
Okay.
And that's the Boston Bean Eaters.
Wow.
Way back in
they
the
opened
1800s.
What was it? Was it the early 80s when they opened like 12-0 or something like that?
Something like that.
Was that?
But yeah, 17 is the franchise overall. 15 is the modern history record. And, of course, everybody knows 22 is the MLB record.
Right.
So
13 straight. They get the Nationals for another game.
And we'll do our Braves segment, but
yeah.
Man, we really ought to show some appreciation, because 13 wins in a row in Major League Baseball is hard.
No question.
3 wins in a row in Major League Baseball is hard.
You go back and start looking at some other wins too. Mm-hmm. I mean, it went down into extra innings.
Yeah.
So
baseball's hard. You don't do long winning streaks in baseball. It's just not a sport that lends itself to long winning streaks. So
if you got any thoughts on that, if you're a Braves fan, comment away. We'd love to hear from you on those topics as well. All right. I said this earlier, yesterday, the day before. You blink, and we'll be in fall practice. It is going to be here before you know it, if we can make it through the summer. And yes, it's a little warmer outside, but if you're not used to that by now, and you're living in the state of Alabama, you're never going to get used to it.
I mean, I never get used to it. when it starts, it's just like, now you will get used to it, right? By July the 4th, you're sort of in that, but when it first starts, it's like, man, God.
Yeah, and then everybody says the same old things. It's just June. Can you imagine what it's going to be like in August? Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I know what it's going to be like.
It's going to be 100 degrees.
It's like this every year.
It's going to be 100 degrees with 85% humidity. And,
exactly.
There you go.
Learn to love it. All right, better or worse? We will start with the SEC West. I mentioned Athlon bringing it. Producing their college football preview came out a couple of, I think, last week. So these numbers come from Athlon, this information.
Brings up an interesting question, though, when you say better or worse.
Yeah. I don't mean necessarily record.
Okay,
I just mean,
okay.
will the team be better?
Because
or
there
worse?
are teams that could have the same record or even a game worse.
True.
But actually be better. They just have a tougher schedule.
True. So that's the criteria.
Okay.
Better or worse, will it be? Not necessarily record, just will the team be better or worse? Start with, we will just go in order of the finish from last year. Alabama, 13-2, 7-1. They returned 5 starters on offense, 8 starters on defense. These, again, could be with the transfer portal these days. These numbers, you could always have a little bit of change here or there, so take these with a bit of a grain of salt. But this is generally accurate.
Returning starters sometimes, too, can be a little misleading.
True.
You know, it has on here Alabama with 8 returning starters on offense, but you take a player like
Defense.
Kool-Aid McKinstry, defense.
Yeah.
You take a player like Kool-Aid McKinstry, who's not listed on there, but who did start a couple of games and played a lot, and at times looked like a really good developing freshman. So you take a player like Kool-Aid McKinstry, he's not a returning starter, but he's an experienced player in the secondary. So
Absolutely.
yeah, I think I mean Alabama should be better than they were last year, and I'll tell you what, I think part of that's going to be coaching moves.
Okay.
Doug Marrone is no longer coaching the offensive line. I thought that was horrible last year, and I think you saw it after the Auburn game, going from the Auburn game to the SEC championship against Georgia. There was some talk that
Completely different.
that somebody else took over the offensive line that week.
Well, look, the same talk was that there was a different guy running the defense at Auburn. And now look, okay, it looked completely different.
Yeah.
And they played completely different. So do I know that for a fact? I know, but that was what it looked like.
Yeah.
For Alabama, that offensive line looked completely different, played completely different.
Even into the playoffs, even in the championship game, you know, while the offense had its challenges in the Georgia defense without their top 2 receivers, it wasn't a total breakdown on the offensive line that cost them that. So, I think Alabama should be better. You know, does that mean the record will be better? I don't know.
Can't be a
13-2,
whole lot
it can be a
better,
lot better, right? So, but I think in terms of defense,
You're missing Evan Neal, your best offensive lineman.
Defense should
off
be
of
better.
An inconsistent line last year.
the big question is offensive line. Now, you've got 3 or 4 5-star offensive tackles on that roster who've yet to break out. You know, is the new offensive line coach going to be able to bring that out of them? That'll be the question, right? So, because they just were not developing last year at all, anywhere.
To your point, Malachi Moore, Jordan Battle, Brian Branch, and DeMarco Helms all back, plus McKinstry.
Plus McKinstry.
You throw that in there.
Yeah.
So defense with 8 starters back, soft.
And as much as Alabama plays nickel coverage, I mean, you might as well list McKinstry as a starter.
Yeah.
So.
All right, the Ole Miss Rebels, 10-3 last year, 6-2 in the league. Return 11 starters, 5 offensively, 6 defensively. Ole Miss, obviously, they have raided the transfer portal. I think they brought in, I want to say that maybe 18. Something. I mean, it's
Who's the quarterback?
It's an incredibly big number. That's a great question. Jackson Dart, the
Okay.
transfer from USC. A lot of people feel like will be the starter.
Well, if he was at USC, then obviously he was highly thought of at some point.
Yeah. Who's the guy that took over, I think, last year in the bowl game? I think he's the other primetime candidate.
There's
Cannot remember his name.
you know, with any Lane Kiffin coach team, right? Before I can tell you how good they're going to be, I got to see the quarterback because so much of Lane Kiffin's team is going to come down to how well the quarterback plays.
Right.
Now, he's done some stuff with some quarterbacks that weren't as talented as the one he had last year. But my guess is that Ole Miss is going to be marginally worse. Not hugely worse. Not a really bad team that goes 3-9, but they're not going to be as good as last year.
Yeah, I think I would agree. I mean, you're losing some pretty good talent in pieces, in important pieces offensively, and the defense was not great last year. It was improved,
Yeah.
but it wasn't great, and they lose half of the starters. So Now, that may be a good thing. That's still to be seen, but I would agree with you. I think they take – there's a good chance, better chance they take a step back.
Yeah.
Arkansas, 9-4, 4-4 in the league, return 9 starters, only 9 starters out of 22. 5 offensively, 4 defensively.
Arkansas has recruited pretty well last couple of years. Give Sam Pittman credit for that. If they can piece together a defensive line that can get some things done, offensively, it's like it says on here, they don't return a ton, but they return 5. But those 5 are a quarterback and 4 offensive linemen.
That ain't bad.
That ain't bad, and it's a quarterback who potentially, I'm not predicting it, but could be a contender for all conference type of season if he takes another step or 2 forward. So I like KJ Jefferson. I think Arkansas will be, I'm going to say, holding as good as last year. I'm not sure they'll win 9 games again because the schedule's brutal.
They lost 5 starters off the defensive front.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
got to piece that together.
Yeah, you better have got some young talent that's ready to play. Up against a break here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Hillaby Towers is an affordable senior citizens community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East. Spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed, and utilities are included. Call today to find out more information on Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552. That's Hillaby Towers in Alexander City.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
A&M Plumbing, A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
From the smallest drippy faucet to drain cleaning to water heater replacement to gas lines to total systems replacement, A&M Plumbing handles it all. Visit amplumbing.net today for the experienced, licensed, and insured pros at A&M Plumbing.
A&M Plumbing, A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
The city famous for its music is quiet now, but it's about to be overwhelmed by the symphony of speed. Nashville Superspeedway will be rocking from the pit to the grandstand. June 24th through 26th, the Ally 400 NASCAR Cup Series race weekend brings a mix of incredible racing and live entertainment. Tickets are going fast, so visit NashvilleSuperspeedway.com today and join the full throttle fun.
At Glenn Smith in Opelika, we are proud to be celebrating our 30th anniversary. Enjoy big discounts on Chevrolet Buick and GMC SUVs. Chevy Equinox discounted up to $4,500. Buick Encores discounted up to $3,250. And GMC Acadias discounted up to $4,250. New inventory is arriving daily.
We have over 200 new and used vehicles on the ground or on the way. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. About 45 more minutes left in today's show, brought to you each and every day by Russell Dewitt Center. Go and check them out today. You'll be glad that you did. Looking at the SEC West and East, doing a little better or worse in 2022. JJ says Alabama could be a little better after even having a great year last year, played for the national championship, coming up one game short. Ole Miss could be a little worse. Arkansas, not lurching ahead, not falling behind.
I think they're
firm.
Even though they have,
in the league.
like you said, big losses on defense. But quarterback's back, 4 offensive linemen back. I think you can piece together enough defense to keep you in games if KJ Jefferson develops like he should, takes another step or two forward.
Texas A&M, 8-4, 4-4 in the league, a disappointment last year. They returned 4 offensive starters and 5 defensive starters, so only 9 returning starters for the Aggies as well. They have to replace their whole left side of the offensive line, which was really good, and they have to replace some monsters on the defensive line.
This team went 8-4 last year. So if I say better, what does that mean? I think they're going to win 9 or 10. If I say worst, if I say worst, does that mean they go 6-6? I don't think they're a 6-6 kind of team.
Well, like you said, they could be better, but the record could be.
I don't think they're 10-2 either. The recruiting class doesn't mean much yet, right? There will be some freshmen that make an impact off of that recruiting class. That's a year or two down the road when that really pays off. So I kind of look at it like I expect A&M to be a little better, but I still think they're I still think they're 7, 8, 9 wins.
Yeah.
I think 9 is the ceiling on them.
Could be it, yeah. Okay, I'm with you. They got a number 1 recruiting class in the country. A lot of that defensive players,
right?
But you can't just. I don't care how 5-star they are. I don't care if they're 6-star, JJ.
Yeah.
If you throw them out there as true freshmen, they're gonna be moments where they struggle.
That's right.
That's just the way it is. Mississippi State, they were 7-6 last year. Again, 500 in the league. Return 17 of the 22 starters off last year's team. 9 offensively, 8 defensively, including their quarterback, Will Rogers.
They are replacing maybe the best pass blocker in the SEC in Charles Cross. And that matters when you throw the ball 55 times a game.
Yes, it does.
About the same. I think the Pirates going to be about the same.
Okay.
I just think that's what he's going to be every year.
500 in the league.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm on record as saying I think Mississippi State will be better in 2022.
Did you say 10 or 11 wins?
I think they challenge to win the West.
There you go.
Challenge. Not saying they will, but I think they challenge to win the West. Auburn, 6-7 last year, 3-5. Moments you could say Auburn was close to being 9-win team. You could say Auburn was close to being a 5-win team.
That's right.
It could have gone either way. Returned 6 starters offensively, 5 defensively, replacing their quarterback. But they bring back basically the entire offensive line. You lose Roger McCreary, one of the better cornerbacks in the entire SEC.
Mm-hmm.
Smoke Monday, who had been playing safety since, I think, 1994. And Zacclobi McClain, who was a tackling machine.
I think Auburn's going to be better. And I say that because they don't have a choice.
They better.
If they're not if they're no better than last year, then we're having a different conversation next summer.
True.
But I think Auburn will be a little better. Simply, there's that second year thing, right? Good coaches tend to have a bump in that second year because they've had a chance to get their system in place, their people in place, to run off some people maybe who shouldn't have been there, replace them with some people who you'd rather have there, those sort of things. So
sometimes even bad coaches have a second-year bump.
Yeah. And I think, we'll see. I'd have to look at the schedule. I don't remember how many wins I predicted. We haven't done that officially yet, have we?
No, we did it officially, but I'll give you a chance.
We're going to do it again before the fall, right? Okay. How does that translate to wins? 7, 8, 9 wins. I kind of put them in the same category with Arkansas, right? It's a team that should win 7, 8, 9 games, somewhere in that range.
Whoever beats the other is going to be the one
that wins 8 or 9. Yeah.
All right, LSU, 6-7 last year, 3-5 in the league. Fired their coach. They bring back only 6 starters, the lowest of any team in the SEC.
I don't care if they brought back 0 starters. You're no longer coached by a clown. Therefore, you're going to be a little better.
A clown that won a national title.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
With an NFL offensive coordinator, with a defensive coordinator who's now one of the hottest young coaches in college football, with a quarterback who went #1 overall and, by the way, took his team to the Super Bowl last year.
A clown that is also now cashing checks for about $20 million.
The fact that Ed Orgeron's no longer there means they will be better. Now, 1 loss record, what does that mean? You only return 6 starters. They'll be better coached. They'll be talented. LSU's got talent, but they still could go 6-6.
I think Brian Kelly's a good coach.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what he can do in 1 year, but I know there's talent on that roster as well. So I think it, like everybody else, it depends on what to do at quarterback.
Yeah.
Didn't they get Jaden Daniels? Didn't he come over from Arizona State?
Yeah, I think so.
Is that where he went? I think that could be interesting.
They'll be competent, right? I'm not expecting LSU to be great. I'm not expecting LSU to be very good, but they'll be competent. And then if he recruits,
which is a step up.
It's a step up. If he recruits well, then in year 2 and year 3, I think you'll see LSU start to rise back up.
Got to take another break here. Don't go anywhere. More to come. The SEC East when we come back.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, their compact equipment provider.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial buildings. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
The the interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
Russell Building Supply and Home Center is just around the corner in a brand new, convenient location with a wide selection of grills, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. The new store offers more home improvement items along with other helpful conveniences like a drive-through lumber yard and our Best Rewards program, making it an ideal destination for do-it-yourselfers and professional contractors. Get ready for game day on the plains by stocking up on all your Auburn tailgating gear at Russell Building Supply and Home Center.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. About 30 more minutes left in today's show. We're brought to you each and every day by Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team. Give them a call today, 256-397-0248, 256-397-0248. We're doing a little better or worse in 2022. Looked at the SEC West. First couple of segments, let's take a look at the East. Hard for the Georgia Bulldogs to be a lot better than they were last year, winning the national title.
Hard to say better.
14-1, 8-0. They returned 7 starters offensively, including Stetson Bennett III. Defensively, though, they lose almost the entire roster. They bring back 3 starters on that side of the ball.
I don't think there's going to be a big drop-off. Anyone expecting a big drop-off at Georgia is going to be very disappointed, I think.
They lose what? They lose Pickens, right? They lose their other big receiver who went to Alabama, right?
Right.
So, I mean, Georgia not known for great receivers.
No.
So
I don't expect a big drop off, but I don't expect them to be as good as last year.
I don't know how they're going to be better. Let's just say
I don't think there's any chance to be better. How would you be better, right?
Yeah.
I think marginally worse.
I would agree with that.
Anybody looking for 6-6 out of this Georgia team, you're not going to get that.
Yeah, you'll be disappointed.
You'll be disappointed in that one. They're going to be a 10-win team more than likely, regardless. So,
how about the Kentucky Wildcats? 10-3 overall, 5-3 in the league. 5 returning offensive starters, 5 returning defensive starters. They do return Will Levis. They do return Christopher Rodriguez. They do have to replace, however, tackles Dare Rosenthal, Darian Kennard, and center Luke Fortner. So that's going to – and Wandale Robinson, who was really, really good.
How good is Will Levis?
That's what Randy and I were talking about yesterday. You know, if you were going to put him in a category, would it be proven, elite, or unknown? And
would not be elite.
Not be elite. I think proven. I mean, I think.
Look, there was a guy on one of the ESPN guys or Saturday Down South guys or whatever that had Will Levis going in the top 5 of the NFL draft next year. I mean, I'm not saying it couldn't happen, but you didn't see anything last year that said top 5 pick. So
I'm trying to think who I would even compare him to. I mean,
Matt Corral. To me,
I'm not sure he's that good.
We'll find out next year.
Maybe so.
Kentucky's not going to be as good as they were. They'll be worse.
Okay.
And it may be, only by a game or two.
And again, if you're a 10-win Kentucky team, you're a little worse. You're like, okay,
yeah,
I can live with that.
I mean, look, if they come out next year, go 7-5, 8-4, nobody's gonna be running the coach
uproars,
off for that.
Yeah. Tennessee, they were 7-6 last year, 500 in the league at 4-4. Returned 8 starters, including Hendon Hooker at quarterback. They returned 6 starters defensively. Look out now, Tennessee.
Tennessee could be better.
I think they'll be better.
I don't know how many more wins than 7 they'll come up with, right? But if they come up with 8, I think, it's a team that could go 8-4 regular season, maybe win a bowl game.
Yeah.
Get to 9-4. I don't see this as being like a 10-win team, but I could see if the ball bounces right, they win 9. I could see that.
I know Central Florida got a little worse every year.
Yeah.
They come out of the gate fine the first year, and with Heupel, and then it kind of went downhill.
Well, you got
when there became expectation.
You've got a good quarterback back. You've got returning starters on both sides.
Yeah.
Decent recruiting class coming in. I think, Tennessee's set up to be better. And now whether or not that's reflected in the 1-loss record may come down to coaching.
Did they ever do anything with the penalties from the Pruitt era?
I have no idea.
Did that ever happen? I mean, did I sleep through that?
I don't know.
I mean, they were giving away money with McDonald's bags, and I mean, it was like everybody, they were scared. They were on pins and needles, and then it was like it was gone.
Yeah.
It's like Kaiser Soze. I don't know what it was. Okay, maybe I'll have to look into that. I don't know. South Carolina 7-6, 3-5, 8 starters returning offensively, 7 defensively, so 15 starters returning.
The most important starter is not a returnee.
Spencer Rattler.
The most important starter is Spencer Rattler, the quarterback. And I don't care that he had a little bit of a down year at Oklahoma last year.
So what category would you put Spencer Rattler in?
I wouldn't put him in elite just because of his struggles with turnovers last year, right? Yeah. But I would put him in whatever the next category down is. I think he's a proven, legitimate Division I high-level quarterback. And I think with the returning starters coming back, there's some energy around that program. I think South Carolina will be better, and if Spencer Rattler looks like Spencer Rattler 2 years ago, this could be a really surprising team at the end of the year that wins 8, 9, 10.
Wow. Look out now.
I called Ole Miss winning 10 last year, did I not?
I think, this is true.
Okay.
But I'm saying that Mississippi State's going to make a run. You're saying South Carolina's could win 10 games. People think we've been drinking.
No, look, it's not official yet because we haven't done our fall predictions.
True.
Spring predictions don't really mean anything. Fall predictions, you know what happens with the transfer portal. You know who gets hurt in spring. You know all that. So,
we're either going to gain a lot of credibility here or lose a lot.
When we get to early August and we do our official 1-loss projections, I went out on a limb saying that I thought Ole Miss would win 10 games last year.
True.
I may be going out on a limb on South Carolina this year.
That's where the fruit is.
On the limb? Okay, I got you. Yeah.
All right. We'll come back. We'll round out Missouri, Florida, and Vanderbilt. Well, I didn't even know if we're going to do Vanderbilt. I don't know what the point is.
They'll be bad again.
We'll come back and talk about Missouri and Florida and do a little Braves segment. When we come back, more to come right after these messages.
Martin has a new car buying experience. It's the TR Group of Alex City on Cherokee Road. The TR Group has up to 100 late model vehicles to choose from and will not be beat on price, selection, or financing. With the TR Group, your selection and quality is easy and your good credit is rewarded. But we offer guaranteed financing on our inventory because your future is more important than your past. The TR Group, Lake Martin's new standard in auto sales. Located at 814 Cherokee Road, Alex City, USA.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Whether you prefer bricks, clicks, or taps, there's one place built around all your needs. For whatever it is you want to do. Even if your needs change, we'll be right there with you, making it all possible. Because you never know when a new addition will come along. So walk in, log on, or tap away. Either way, Valley's built to help you do you. Wherever life takes you, we'll be right there with you.
Hey guys, this is Nate Paz with Airport Motors.
I'm Connor Branch with Fairway Auto Brokers in Opelika, Alabama.
And this is your first ever Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz.
That's right, Lake Martin. Airport Motors and Fairway Auto Brokers is teaming up for the very first Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz. Make sure to check out either website for the very best selection of pre-owned luxury trucks, SUVs, and sedans in East Alabama. Get pre-approved in minutes online and make sure to use the keyword Summer Blitz in the comment section for $500 off internet price. That's keyword Summer Blitz.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs. Or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Hey, this is Doug Roberts, long-term resident of Alexander City. I sold my house with Century 21 Lake Area Realty because all my life I had heard that to sell a house, you need three things: location, location, location. I found out there's actually four. You need location, 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 and Rhonda Gaskins at Century 21 Lake Area Realty to sell your house fast.
Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Brubaker Motors in Montgomery is the largest and fastest growing used car dealership in the River region. You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker. It's better at Brubaker.com.
Brubaker! Brubaker! Brubaker!
You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker.
BREWBAKER. BREWBAKER.com.
It's better at Brubaker.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. Just a couple more segments in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Brought to you each and every day by Big Fish Real Estate. Give them a call today, 551-BIG FISH, or look them up, bigfishlakemartin.com. We are looking at the SEC East and West playing a little better or worse. Better or worse in 2022. Well, we got down to Missouri, or as my grandmother used to say, Missouri.
Missouri.
6-7, 3-5 in the league. Returns 14 starters, 6 offensively, 8 defensively.
You know what a Missouri boat ride is?
I think I do, but
Have you ever seen the Outlaw Josie Wales?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yes, I have. I forgot about that. That's pretty good.
Well,
okay.
Mr. Carpetbagger, down here we have something we call a Missouri boat ride.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. So Missouri, look, new quarterback. I think they're going to have a new quarterback. Hard to. It's year 2 for Eli Drinkwitz. Does he get a bump?
Maybe. I am not the fan of Eli Drinkwitz that a lot of people are. But we'll see. They've got enough starters coming back to make a little noise, you know. But the same thing, I kind of put them in the same category with Tennessee and South Carolina. There's some possibilities there, right? I think one of those teams is going to break out and have a really good year. And we're going to talk about another one of those potential teams next. But what makes the East so interesting this year is I think you could put about 5 teams in a hopper and go, one of these teams is going to have a breakout year, and you'd be right.
Hard for this next team not to be better. That's Florida.
Yeah.
6-7, 2-6 in the league. 6 for starters return offensively, 8 starters return defensively, and you get a new coach in Billy Napier. More likely a new starter, I guess, in Anthony Richardson.
What about Jalen Kipna?
Who?
Exactly right.
I mean, Florida, I think just not even knowing anything about their roster, I think they got a chance to be better.
Yeah.
Because it's Florida.
And in the limited sample size that we've seen Billy Napier coach, he's been a good coach. He's an excellent recruiter. I think he's a very organized guy, which will help. I don't think, and it was kind of weird. I never really thought of Dan Mullen as a disorganized guy, but the last year or two at Florida is like, man, that's just not a very well-run organization. You know what I mean? And I think Billy Napier will be very organized in how he does things. I think he'll recruit well because he always has.
Yeah.
And I think he'll, he's got a chance if he hires good staff. But it is year 1, so if I were going to take Florida, Missouri, South Carolina, Tennessee, and say one of these teams is going to have a breakout year, right? Because they've all got starters coming back and they've all got good things about them. I would put, because Napier's in his first year, I would put Florida at the lowest chance of that breakout.
Okay.
Of those 4.
Of these 6 returning starters offensively, 4 on the offensive line. So
I
much
look
the
at
same
Florida
as
as
Arkansas.
I look at Florida as six or 7 wins.
So not a lot of expectation for year 1.
No. Look, they went 2-6 in the league last year. I think they'll go maybe 3-5.
As I mentioned, Vanderbilt hard to be worse. 2-10, 0-8. They didn't win a game in the league.
They're going to be bad, same as they always are.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
All right, that'll wrap up better or worse 2022. How about a little Braves in this last segment here before we go kind of close the show out? 2 weeks ago, we did this on June the 1st.
Uh-huh.
The Mets 34-17. The Braves were 23-27, 10.5 games back. Phillies 21-29, 12.5 games back. Last week we did this. Mets 38-19. Braves 29-27, 8.5 games back. The Phillies 25-29, 11.5 games back. Today, as it stands, the Mets now 41-22. The Braves 36-27. They have gone from 23-27 to 36-27, only 5 games back. I believe it was JJ who said, if they can get within 5 games by the All-Star break, they're fine.
Yeah.
It's not even the All-Star break.
Yeah, and I would have felt fine being 6 or 7 down at the All-Star break. And still maybe 6 or 7 down at the All-Star break to not stay hot. And this winning streak's not going to go on forever, right?
You would think not.
I mean, they're playing on the road, 3rd game of a road a road trip to Washington tonight. It could end tonight.
Well, the schedule's about to get a little bit more difficult.
And the schedule gets more difficult. You're going to play better teams. But again, there's a reason that the longest winning streak in Major League Baseball history is only 22 games.
Who was that? The Indians?
Yes.
Who was it? Is that the,
It was
okay.
the Indians. So, I mean, there's a reason, right? Only 22. So 22 is, what would that be? It'd be about 1/8 of the season, right? So imagine a sport where the longest winning streak in the history of the sport is about 1/8 of the games played. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So, so like I said, the winning streak's not going to go on forever, but we're finding out a few things, right? We talked about this before we came on the air. Brian Snicker said it about a month ago when somebody questioned him about, you know, the Braves' bats were, you know, not doing what everybody thought they'd do. You know, how come they're not hitting? Is there anything you can do? And he said, just be patient. You know, these guys are good hitters, professional hitters. They've proven it. As you pointed out, I like to say all the time, the baseball card doesn't lie. Marcell Ozuna's a hitter. Austin Riley's a hitter.
Bullpen's been fantastic, too.
Bullpen, but they put effort into that bullpen, man. And how good do you feel now when Kenley Jansen runs out there? I feel pretty good.
A mentor.
Yeah,
I
mentor.
never thought I would he's automatic.
Yeah.
So,
but as long as the Braves have hit 32 home runs in this 13-game winning streak. 32 in 13 games. That's an average of almost 3 a game. So it's the only team that's close to that's the Yankees, and they've hit 29. I think.
Jesse Chavez is unhittable right now.
Yeah.
The Braves are on a streak. Right.
The Braves right now are
they're
the hottest team in baseball. They're right there with the Yankees, and I think they've got the potential to be that good for the rest of the year.
As Crash Davis said, don't mess with the winning streak.
Don't mess with the streak.
We got to take a break. We'll be back with one final segment of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Don't be caught in a dirty vehicle. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have your vehicle or boat looking like brand new in no time, and you'll be back driving in style. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, gel coat restoration, and ceramic coating. Take it to the professionals at Lake Martin Mobile Detailing. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or stop by and see them at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville. Mention this ad and receive $10 off. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing for your cleanest vehicles around.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Need that boost to get you started in the morning or help get you through a long day at the office? Alex City Nutrition is your answer. Alex City Nutrition, located on 2nd Broad Street in downtown Alex City, offers meal replacement shakes, post-workout shakes, extreme rebuild products, and a vast array of loaded teas that offer focus, energy, and build up your immunity and overall health. Want to buy in bulk? We now offer your favorite flavors by the gallon. Come by Alex City Nutrition today or call 256-496-8284 to begin your journey to great health.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, their compact equipment provider.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Wednesday afternoon. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. I hope you're having a wonderful day. On this day, June the 15th, Ty Cobb. This just goes to show you how different baseball is. Ty Cobb set a record for Major League Baseball on this day when he stole home for the 54th time. I mean, guys don't even steal second 54 times in their career these days.
Yeah.
He stole home 54 times.
The pitches are getting to home plate a little faster.
I guess that's true. But, I mean, people just don't have the guts to do it anymore.
I mean, you could try it if you want to, but you're not beating a 95-mile-an-hour fastball to home plate. You're just not.
Yeah. All right. Happy birthday today, Margaret Abbott, the first woman ever to win an Olympic event. 1900 in Paris, which was only the second Olympic event in the modern era. But they had like 5 events. I think for women, I think one was tennis, one was golf, equestrian, and maybe rowing. She won golf, the first ever woman to win an Olympic event. Born on this day, 1878. Lash LaRue, he was a star of the silver screen, cowboy back in the day, 1917. The man, the myth, the legend, Waylon Jennings.
The great Waylon Jennings.
Born on this day, 1937. Maybe my favorite.
Really?
Country music.
Also a cricket, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, played bass for Buddy Holly.
Player for Buddy Holly.
Yeah. That great. I mean, not great, but I mean, one of those kind of bizarre type stories. Gave up his seat on the plane, I think, to the Big Bopper.
Yeah.
And, you know, he should have been on. Waylon was going to be on the plane that went down with Buddy Holly when Richie Valens and the Big Bopper died. And think about that for the rest of your life, right? Mike Holmgren.
I think one of the most underrated offensive minds in football history.
Won a
Super Bowl with Green Bay.
Yeah.
Took Seattle to one.
Took Seattle, and that's before when Seattle was not good.
No. But that guy, straight off of the Bill Walsh tree, was the offensive coordinator at San Francisco under Walsh. Walsh's last 2 years there, and really was a great. Back when they were really doing the West Coast offense with the screens and the draws and the. That kind of controlled passing thing. First teams to really popularize the slant. And get
great mustache.
Great mustache too. Yes.
And I believe a member of the Hair Club for Men.
You know what? You would probably be right. But Mike Holmgren, I always thought very underrated coach.
I think I would agree with that. Dusty Baker,
great baseball manager.
Yeah, brave early in his career.
Yep.
Right? And he's never won the World Series.
Nope.
Right?
Nope.
But been a tremendous manager for a long time. Jim Varney, Ernest,
yeah.
Know what I mean, Varney? Somewhere doing a Meliella commercial.
That's right.
Russell Hitchcock, no. Lead singer of Air Supply.
Ah, well, that's explains why I don't know it.
Born on this day, 1949. Steve Walsh.
All right, I don't think this is who I am thinking.
Okay.
Because I remember Steve Walsh, Miami Hurricane quarterback.
This is true.
This is not
Steve Walsh.
Because he wasn't born in 51 unless he was playing in Miami in his 30s.
You know Steve Walsh, though, or have you've certainly heard his voice as the lead vocals on "Carry On My Wayward Son"
Kansas.
or "Dust in the Wind."
Okay. Yeah.
Great vocals. Maybe two of the greatest classic rock songs of all time. Jim Belushi.
Funny guy.
Less funny than his brother, John.
A different kind of funny. Not as slapstick as John.
No, probably not. 1954, Julie Haggerty. She was the love interest of Ted Stryker in Airplane.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
She's in two movies that I know, Airplane and Airplane 2. Both of them.
I'm sure she's an extremely bright woman.
Probably.
Plays stupid as well as anyone I've ever seen.
I would say that's a
Her
very
and
good
Leslie
description.
Nielsen could just play stupid.
Yeah.
Better than anyone.
Brett Butler. Not the actress, but the great leadoff man. Again, came up with the Braves 1981 to 1983, and then they shipped him off to traded him to the Indians. He ended up being great. I think he had like 2,300 hits, like a 290 career hitter. And he stole a few bases in his day. How about the Hall of Famer Wade Boggs?
Yeah, great player. It's a big day for baseball birthdays.
It really is. How many beers did he supposedly drink from one continental flight, like from California to Boston? He's like 106. I mean, it was something ridiculous. It's like a myth, but I think he said it's actually partially true. Helen Hunt, born on the same.
Good actress.
Mad About You.
Yeah.
Courtney Cox.
Birmingham native.
Birmingham, Alabama, friend.
Her big break. What was her
Bruce
big break?
Springsteen video.
There you go.
Dancing in the dark. Yeah. How about O'Shea Jackson?
Don't know.
You might know him as Ice Cube.
Oh, okay.
Ice Cube.
His name is O'Shea.
His name is O'Shea.
I would not have ever put that with Ice Cube.
that one either.
Okay.
How about Leah Remini?
Boys, that's interesting. Have you ever watched the whole Scientology show that she does?
She broke free,
creepy,
man. Yeah.
A little creepy.
Have you ever seen Going Clear?
No.
It's about Scientology. Wow.
Nah.
Yeah. If you ever get, I'm coming after you, JJ. If you ever get caught up in it, okay?
No. It's not
Jake Busey, son of Gary.
The son of Gary Busey. Yeah.
Andy Pettit.
Yeah.
I never liked him.
No.
But, Justin Leonard, he was a pretty good golfer. Tony Clark, maybe one of the tallest first basemen ever. 6'7"-ish, I think. Neil Patrick Harris.
Doogie Howser.
Tim Lincecum.
Yeah. Not a great baseball birthday.
Yeah. And Cooper Kupp.
Maybe the most freakishly consistent wide receiver in the NFL today.
Maybe who would ever thought you would say Cooper Kupp, best receiver in the NFL last year?
Hey, yeah.
But it's the truth. He's JJ. I'm Andy. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.